Always wanted to play a dark and gritty, Gothic-inspired platformer? Well, this is probably not it. Stick around to see why. Backstory: Wolf Brew Games launched a Kickstarter on February 25th, 2015 with a goal of $12,000. It ran until March the 27th, 2015 and raised close to $20,000 from its backers. Story: you play as Bathoryn, a hero in a Gothic-like world, awakened to slay monsters and other evils. He must carve his way through a doomed and forgotten land and liberate towers and dungeons infested with ghosts, traps, and bosses. Graphics. The graphics of Slain look interesting and fairly unique. Intriguing pixel art gives a good sense of a dark, Gothic-like world. Monsters look properly fitting within the world too, but unfortunately lack any good animations. In fact, the whole game lacks any sort of interesting animations. Everything seems rather uninspired and rushed, not to mention repetitive. Gameplay. As Bathoryn, you are in possession of a hefty two-handed sword, potentially empowered with elements of fire and frost, amongst other things. Aside from melee combat, Slain also features a simple system that allows you to cast spells until mana is depleted, but it has its use against the more stronger opponents. During gameplay, you'll frequently encounter checkpoints with a health and mana power-up that restore your character back to full and allow you to continue traversing the enemy and trap-filled maps. The level design of the game is rather difficult in the sense that you'll be guaranteed to make mistakes and die, but it's personally one of the few things I think that make the game at least somewhat worth playing. It's quite fun to gain progress in completing the levels and overcome challenges. As you make your way through the levels in true side-scrolling fashion, you'll quickly notice the game lacks polish, fluidity, and variety. Controls feel off and clumsy, music and combat feel repetitive, and fighting enemies itself feels rather boring with attacks lacking the power and weight you'd expect from wielding such a weapon. Overall score: nice art style. The art style does a pretty good job of creating a Gothic atmosphere within a dangerous, evil-infested world. Boring combat. Combat lacks variety and power. Repetitive soundtrack. Initially, the music is pretty good, but quickly starts to grate on your nerves when you realize it's mostly the same track on repeat. Lackluster story. The story doesn't do a good job investing you into the story. Bad controls. Controls lack fluidity and feel clumsy. Closing words. This is one of those games you'd best forget about. The concept itself is intriguing, and if executed well, it could have been a fantastic game. Unfortunately, as it is, this game feels like a low-polished effort, and it shows when playing through the game. Of course, as mentioned earlier, the development budget itself was fairly low to begin with, but eventually it's us, the consumer, that gets the short end of the stick. Is it worth it? A firm no. Don't bother with this game. With the current price tag of €13, this game is nothing short of a rip-off. Thanks for watching, my name is SirDutchie. Thanks so much for all the support this channel has received so far, and I wish you, as usual, a fantastic day.